Hello students, welcome back to next episode of Mastery in Commerce. We had seen in the last video of economics the difference between micro and macroeconomics. Now after understanding the difference between both types of economics, we will be moving towards the circular flow of income. Income generation is from production sector, we all know that. It moves to the consumer sector and then consumers again send it back to the production sector. It is very easy to say it this way, but then when questions come in exam, you must know how to handle the questions which ask you about how the income is circulating in the economy. This concept is very important because most of the times in CBSE the questions are asked from this topic. So once you understand this topic, which is very easy, you will be able to understand the next topics which are going to come for the calculation of national income. So let us move ahead. Let us first see what is the meaning of circular flow of income. So as a definition, if it is asked in exam or any case based question is there, they may ask you that explain about this circular flow of income. So it refers to the cycle of generation of income in the production process, its distribution among the factors of production, and finally its circulation from households to firm in the form of consumption expenditure on goods and services produced by them. In simple words, if I say you work in a company, you do go and do job in a production house, you get your salary, then you go to the market and purchase the groceries for your house. Then the money which you spend over there goes back to the production house. This is how the money is circulating in this whole economy. You earn on the one side, it comes to your pocket, and then you go to the market and spend it. So the production houses are basically earning through what you are spending in the market. This is the basic, but in fact, actually, there are certain leakages also. I hope you remember in the concept of leakages. It is basically that not all amount you spend, but you save also. So we will see in detail those topics later. But circular flow itself tells us that one sector is busy in doing the production and distribution, while the other sectors, when receive that money, they go in the market and they do consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure basically means this money spent by consumer for purchasing something. Consumption expenditure refers to the expenses done by the households for the purchase of goods and services. So this is what, because I thought this is a new concept for you, consumption expenditure. So you should be knowing the definition of it. So the expenses done by household sector for the purchase of goods and services is called consumption expenditure. Now please see this diagram carefully. In this diagram, the first phase is the production phase. Production phase means if I am working in a factory, I am helping in the production of a product. So my income is being generated over there. So production phase is basically generation of income. When some production will happen in the economy, then only income can be generated. So production starts the generation of income. The next phase is the income phase, distribution of income. By the end of the month, the salary is given to all the employees. I will receive my salary. So that is distribution of income. When this income is distributed, I will go and do my expenditure. So that phase is called expenditure phase. When whatever income is received by the consumer, he or she goes to the market and dispose of that income. So this phase is called expenditure phase, and this is also known as disposition of income. And when you do the disposition of income, then again that money goes back to the generation of income. So what we say in our general terms in Hindi, paise se paisa banana. The same thing is happening over here. The money is circulating itself in the economy and leading to growth of the economy. Now we will see the phases of circular flow of income, because in exam sometimes these phases are separately asked as a different question. So they may ask you, what do you mean by generation phase related to circular flow? What do you mean by disposition phase related to circular flow? So you should know generation phase. As you remember the diagram, the first phase is generation phase, in which firms produce goods and services with the help of factor services. So we are the factor services. Factor services means the amount paid to the factors of production for their services. Right. Now distribution phases, it involves a flow of factor income from firms to households. Obviously when we are working and we are helping in the production, then we will be getting our income. And rent is the income. You know, there are four factors of production: land, labor, and capital. So land is basically, rent is paid for the rent. For labor, wages are paid. For interest, interest is paid on loan. And profit is the reward of the entrepreneur. So these all, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, these are all rewards or the incomes generated in exchange of factors of payment. So from firms to households, when this income is generated, it is distributed. Then disposition phase comes, in which the income received by factors of production is spent on the goods and services produced by firms. So whatever income you get, you go to the market and you spend on goods and services. So this way the money is reaching back to its place where it generated. So income is generated with production by production houses. The production houses are actually the places where the income is generated. Then income is distributed to the factors of production, who are also the consumers. Then income is spent by factors of production by purchasing different goods, and money reaches back to production houses. This kind of diagrams you can make in your notes, and they will help you to have a recap before your exams. You need these kind of mind maps on different places with different topics, and I will try my best to give these kind of mind maps again and again, so that you go through the concepts easily. You can see point wise that are you able to understand what to include in the answer. So anything related to circular flow of income is asked, so these points will help you to answer those kind of questions properly. Now I will end this video. If you like this, please like, share and subscribe. You can also ask any of the queries related to the topic. You can leave in the comment box. I'll try to answer it. I request you, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe it. Bye for now. We will meet again in the next video.